Hey guys, Drifter here. Welcome to Black Ops 3 In Depth. In today's episode, we're going to be reviewing the Banshii Energy Shotgun. This is one of two new ranged weapons that was added in the most recent Black Market update, so unfortunately it is only available through supply drops. This one and the Rift E9 are the two energy weapons that have been added to Black Ops 3, and the gameplay you're going to get to see today is not from me. It's from youtube.com/Toadenman, better known as Hayden B, the guy who edits my montages, or not montages, my stream highlights. He was lucky enough to get this in a supply drop, and he sent me the gameplay, nice, high quality, so please go to his channel, subscribe, say thank you for sharing the gameplay. Any kind of love would be appreciated. So now let's talk about the actual energy shotgun itself. The Banshii, instead of firing hit scans, actually fires projectiles, kind of like crossbows, tomahawks, grenades, something like that, and they have a pretty high velocity. Thankfully, they're not very slow moving. You might have to lead targets a little bit, but they're not slow lobbing crossbows or tomahawks or anything crazy like that. They move fast enough so that people actually mistake them for hit scans, but they're not. They are projectiles, so do keep in mind that anything past medium range, you're going to need to lead your shots. It probably won't be a big deal up close. It won't be an issue if somebody's standing still because they don't drop off or slow down over range. There's no arc. They just go straight forever. But because people move at medium or long range, you're going to need to lead your shots and aim ahead a little bit, so do keep that in mind when you're using the weapon. The damage is 101 at all ranges, meaning that it is a one-shot kill at any range, anywhere in the body. If you hit somebody on the toe, on the other side of the map, that's a one-shot kill, or if you hit somebody in the head point blank, both are one-shot kills. However, do keep in mind, if an enemy is using kinetic armor, you will not be able to one-shot kill them with the Banshii. You should need 3 shots, if I'm not mistaken, but one-shot kill any normal person anywhere on the map. Rate of fire, however, is slowest in its class for shotguns, incredibly slow at 50 rounds per minute, and if you put rapid fire on there, that only goes up to 53 rounds per minute. So rapid fire is a wasted attachment. I know that Hayden's using it here in his gameplay, but it's what he liked, and you know, beggars can't be choosers. So do keep in mind that rapid fire is a poor attachment and that this is a very, very slow firing weapon. Magazine size is 6, and if you put extended mags on it, it goes up to 8, which I don't think is a very big improvement. And it also has the slowest in-class reload. It has a reload just slower than that of the Argus and pretty similar to that of the Breachy. Not very swift. It's not like radically slower, but it is just a little bit slower than every other reload, so I am going to recommend running extended mags on this instead of fast mags. And the next thing I wanted to talk about is that this weapon has insane anti-air streak capabilities, and it's kind of useless against ground streaks, which doesn't make very much sense. You would think it would do the same amount of damage to all streaks, but in reality it's just an anti-air streak machine, but a complete potato when it comes to killing ground streaks. I'm going to go ahead and cut to some test footage here and show you exactly what I mean. This is Hayden in the good old testing range of Nuketown, going to kill a counter UAV in 2 shots. It's like, again, this is a primary weapon, he's just spamming at it, but you don't have to do anything fancy, no lock-on, no nothing. 2 shots to kill a counter UAV, and it's also 2 shots to kill a regular UAV, but since regular UAVs move faster and they're far away and this is a projectile, Hayden has to practice a little bit and get his leading just right, but you can see it hits and kills very, very quickly and very, very easily. The next craziest thing is that it only takes 3 shots to drop a Wraith. You can see how much damage we've done with 1 shot right here. Now the Wraith is really far away, so Hayden's taken his sweet time to aim and just make sure we're not missing any shots, to make sure there's no funny edits or anything crazy going on. But yeah, it only takes 3 shots to drop a Wraith, which is astonishing, honestly. I don't know of any primary weapon in the game that can kill a Wraith quite so fast, but despite the fact that it kills air streaks really fast, it deals almost no damage against ground streaks. Now I sped this up 4 times because it takes approximately 50 shots to kill a Cerberus. It's something like 20 shots to kill a GI unit. It doesn't seem to hurt the HCXDs or sentry guns or anything. If it's a ground streak, the gun is just completely useless, like negative damage, no point in even shooting at them. However, an air streak, like I said before, super high damage. Case in point, look at the mothership here. The mothership is only going to take 6 shots to kill. Now he's shooting a little bit slow again, but basically that is 1 magazine, which you can spam out way faster than this and drop a mothership. Like, look at this. Destroyed mothership? Am I on drugs? This is almost a better anti-air streak weapon than the Black Cell. Only thing it does, you have to make sure you lead your shots and don't have to worry about locking on. I mean, it's pretty crazy. Just wanted to point that out near the beginning of the episode, but let's talk about some of the other facts. This shotgun has more idle sway than any other shotgun by far. Matter of fact, it's got about 10 or 15 times more idle sway, and I believe this is done as a balancing factor, kind of like how the RW1 was in Advanced Warfare. If you aim down sights for more than just a fraction of a second, you'll start swaying, so you get some inaccuracy. I don't think they wanted to make a perfectly accurate laser shotgun for us, so do keep in mind, unlike other shotguns, you will have some idle sway to contend with this one. It also has slightly wider hipfire spread than the other shotguns. The closest thing I could probably compare it to would be the Argus or Haymaker, and the hipfire spread is just wider than either of those. However, it's a bad idea to fire single shots anyway. Like, it doesn't really matter how tight the hipfire is. Unless you're really close to somebody, it's going to be a bad idea because you're firing single shots instead of pellets that spread. All the other handling properties are nearly identical to other shotguns: movement speed, strafing speed, aim down sight speed, you know, swap in and out, sprint in and out, all that kind of stuff. They're pretty much identical. Some of the other shotguns have minor differences, nothing really noteworthy or interesting to talk about when it comes to handling properties on the Banshee, because it's going to work basically like the Argus. As for my opinion on this weapon, is it strong? Is it OP? Is it broken? Does it need a nerf? Is it the best or worst shotgun? I'm going to say that it is a very niche and very high skill, high reward weapon. It is definitely a specialty weapon. This is not going to be a go-to all the time, every match shotgun. That's not going to be a thing, and it can be very good. You can, I mean, a weapon that kills one shot at any range and the projectile is relatively fast is definitely going to be a good weapon, but it takes a lot of skill to use and to lead the shots, and you can't really hipfire it. I think the thing that really sells me on this weapon, that really kind of brings it all together, is the AntiAir Streak capabilities. It vastly increases the versatility of the weapon to have AntiAir Streak capabilities, because you're never going to need to carry a launcher in your secondary, because most of the streaks you'll run into are going to be air streaks. So that is really, really awesome, and it's probably the hardest shotgun to use. Previously, I would have said that would be the Argus being the hardest shotgun to use, because you need to aim down sights. However, the Argus is a hit scan, so as long as you aim down sights and put the crosshairs on them and pull the trigger, they're going to die, or at least they should theoretically die. It's Call of Duty, we know crazy things happen, right? It's going to kill them. This one is a projectile, so you have to lob it. It has to travel. You have to lead your targets. You have to calculate, guesstimate, try and make sure you're hitting them at the right distance and right range and all that sort of complicated stuff, whereas the other shotguns you don't have to fool with. So that does make it difficult to use, but I don't think it's a bad weapon. I think it's quite a powerful weapon, and in the hands of a high-skill player, it can be a very good weapon. Is it pay to win? No, but it's definitely going to be annoying when it does kill you. As for how you should best use this weapon, I'm going to recommend fast hands, of course, so that you can snap aim down sights, but I'm also going to recommend quick draw stock and fast mags. Rapid fire, as popular as it is, will not benefit you on the Banshee because it's only going to increase your RPM by 3. Quick draw is going to let you snap aim. Stock is going to allow you to keep moving at the same movement speed, kind of check around corners, and since the magazine count is fairly low and the reload is the slowest, fast mags is going to be essential as well. Putting fast mags on there may even be more important than the other two. As for some other recommendations, it's not bad at all with optics. If you don't like the base iron sights, I totally get it. They're a little bit small, and it's also okay with laser sight, because laser sight tightens up your hip fire and makes it where you could kind of sort of hip fire some people in the right situation, so that is also totally acceptable. Guys, that's all for this episode of In Depth. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you learned something useful. If you did, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. The previous episode was on the Stealth Man-O-War, and the next episode is going to be on the very crazy Rift E9 energy pistol. Drifter out.